they're gonna duel to see
Ryan,
who
there's no
attacks
voice coming
first.
through on the live cast.
Tiberius, yeah, they said they can hear me. So maybe you haven't muted.
Uh, I just checked, my speakers were off. You're good.
Dumbass. Okay, so it looks like we have Lakrits versus Forum here. And they'll be dueling to see who attacks or defends first. Looks like Forum's got on a few hits here, and he wins the duel. So Void will be choosing whether they're defending or attacking. And he jumps and kills himself. Kills himself to go back into spectator. Nice little giblets there. Got a head, torso, a leg. And the Void has decided to defend for the first round. So they will be playing as the Agathia Knights, where the
Hey guys, I'm
other
gonna
clan,
restart the
Medieval
server,
Mayhem.
and when I restart, MM will join Mason, and Void will
We
join
defended.
Yes.
Void defended.
Yeah, so Medieval Mayhem will join the Mason Order
After the
and
warm-up time, the
try
match
and
will be
push this
live.
cart up to the aqueduct, poison the water, and assault the fort. So we'll see how good a defense Void can put up. Wow. You know, I really thought people could be mature in this chat, but I guess not. If, you know, if it has to be that way, and you guys are to spam like that in the chat, then I can just turn off anonymous logins. Alright, just a second. I'll edit the settings here. Fucking ridiculous. Alright, so this is the beginning of the match. Alright. Channel should be updated. There's no more anonymous users. Alright. So let me take control here. The camera. See MM's already pushing the cart up. They seem to have their whole team there. No one seems to be going for the water supply, I guess. Water supply is safe. Void seems to be putting up a pretty good defense here. They can't even get to the cart right now. Keeping them hemmed into their spawn. One heavy knight making his way up. Oh, he's going to push it. So now it looks like Void is waiting for the rest of their team to respawn. gaining some ground here. Oh, geez. Okay. Turn on in-game sound again. Sorry, the map changed. Alright, there we go. So here we go. Playing the trying to go for the water supply. Let's see if he can do it. Looks like he's going to get the water supply. Void's going to have their spawn pushed back, and that'll allow Medieval Mayhem to gain some ground here with the cart. They seem to be pushed back pretty bad here. Void's putting up a pretty good defense with the forward spawn so far. We're 4.5 minutes into the match. Have broken the log though, so they're on their way to the gate. And it should be easy going until about halfway around the bend here, since Void has had their spawn pushed back. Here comes another offensive by Void. Seeing the fire pots come out. Looks like did a pretty good job of quashing that offensive. Oh! One of the Void guys gets knocked by the cart. Pretty much gets bulldozed there. So back up at full strength again. Another Void clan member getting hit by the cart. It's really dangerous if you just slightly touch that cart while it's moving. You'll just get bulldozed. There's a decap by Mark Hammond. And the real test on this map, of course, is this bend is, for the most part, the easy part. Up until you pass this tree, right till the end, of course, you're closer to the defender's spawn, so that's gonna be the real test to see if can get it up that stretch really quickly, or if they're able to shut him down in that path. Alright, looks like MM's gaining some more offensive ground here. A little bit of a TK there by Last. Void coming on strong here. I just gotta love those burning sounds. So rules for this match are, in all of the Clan War, and basically the league that came before it, you can only have two, well, since your team is only 5, you can't have more than half the team one class. So, at the most, only 2 knights, 2 footmen, or 2 archer classes. Void seems to be going with the 2 guardsmen, Knight, Heavy Knight, and the Long Guardsman. Whereas Medieval Mayhem going right now with a Crusader, Heavy Knight, Man-at-Arms, Guardsman, and Javelineer. So a little bit more variety on Medieval Mayhem. But those Guardsmen have really long reach with their polearms, halberds. So we're almost 9 minutes, almost at the 9-minute mark here, and Medieval Mayhem still on the final stretch with the cart here. You'll see that neither team is really waiting for reinforcements, waiting until everyone spawns. They're just kind of filing in as soon as they spawn in. So, and both teams seem to be doing that. So, you're not going to have any lopsided battles here so far. I think, you know, if Medieval Mayhem did wait till everyone spawned at once and then rushed in, they might have a better chance at pushing the cart a little bit further instead of going in one at a time. Right now they're making it really easy for Void to tackle them one at a time, so not making too much progress so far. Two Heavy Knights. Oh, what tech do I use to live stream? I'm actually just using Flash Media Encoder and a little free screen capture driver called VH Screen Capture. But yeah, that's pretty much all I use. Oh, I also use virtual audio cable to copy over my audio or clone my audio to stereo mix so that you can hear my mic and the game sounds at the same time. But other than that, I mean, it's a PC game. It's pretty simple to stream. Are the in-game sounds too loud, guys? Should I turn up my mic? Is that better? Alright, so at this point, Medieval Mayhem have got the cart all the way to the aqueduct. And now they'll be assaulting the fort here. Of course, the objective here, for people that don't know, is they have to destroy parts of the fort. They can destroy this wall, and they have to kill the 3 captives inside the fort. And both sides will have catapults, as you'll see here. That didn't hit anything. Right now, Void just sitting on the other side of the bridge. We got a pretty good position here. Notice the tactical destruction of the first plank there, so sometimes people will fall through. Can you guys hear me over the in-game sounds, or are the sounds too loud? Alright, it's good. It's fine. So you'll see here, nice tactic is to take positioning on the house here. That way you can attack either flank really quickly. Obviously, like people in the chat said, hitting this captive first is the easiest way to win this map. Just because that one is the hardest to defend. If you leave it to last, it's very easy for the defending team to set up a rock-solid defense around it. Well, not very easy, but the easiest. So we have the gate. The door is still intact. The wall is destroyed though. So there you go, the door is getting destroyed. But it looks like they're going for the far side captive. Nope. So there we go. We got one of the MM up at that captive. Oh, they're gonna take it down. All right. So the last two should be pretty easy. This captive has a direct line of fire. If someone's good with the catapult, they can get catapult shots right in there and clear out any of the opposing force. So now Void is gonna have to concentrate your defense on these two captives. Be very careful. Sometimes you'll see people flanking through the house and behind it for a little sneak attack. Right now they seem to be concentrating on this side. Void though doing a pretty good job of defending so far. We're 16 minutes, just over the 16-minute mark. Wow, we got 46 viewers for this final. Pretty good, guys. Fortunately, this is the only match we have today. Tomorrow, we'll have a couple matches, I believe. We'll have Vanquish versus Royal Knights, and the winner of this match versus the winner of that first match tomorrow. That will be, of course, the final match. And the winner of that match will be declared the winner of the Grand Tournament. That was gay. Sorry, I won't do that voice anymore. What do they win? Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting question, BMAC. It's a friendly tournament for the most part, so this is just for people who love Age of Chivalry and want to compete. But as an aside, we have promised to award the winners of this tournament with special access to our big announcement, which has to do with some new content coming down the line. So we haven't announced the details on it yet, but you will hear about it after the conclusion of the Grand Tournament. Yes, I have to be very sneaky. I have to be very careful with the way I word it. But suffice to say, it's going to be a big surprise. Alright, so What happened there? Okay, they killed the second captive, and now they're going for the third. The third should be pretty easy. We're at the 1826 mark, so, you know, it shouldn't be too much longer. Here we go. They just need one more hit on this guy. One more good hit, and he's down. Oh, so close. So close. And of course the captives regenerate, so... Oh, brother! he's crying, yes. Tried for the fire pot there, missed. Here we go. Last big rush from MM. They don't need much to take this guy down. One more hit, one more hit. Can they get it off? And they do. And that's 1926, they got it off. So now it's up to Clan Void. They have to complete all the objectives in 1926 or less. And if they do, they win and move on to the finals. So while we're in the break here, I believe there's going to be a short break in between the rounds. But how many of you guys in chat actually are fans of Age of Chivalry? How many of you are new to the game? How many of you don't even know what Age of Chivalry is? And how many of you took part in the tournament? 1926, it's a decent time. I mean, if you have two good clans playing against each other, it's gonna be difficult. Earl 77, yeah, I get you. AUC is great, but you know, I'm not too good at it either. But it is really fun, and it turns out it's actually pretty fun to watch it on a competitive level as well. So let's have some bets by some people who are familiar with these clans. Who thinks Void's gonna win? Any votes for Void?
Get ready.
And who thinks Medieval Mayhem
Fight.
is gonna win? No one. No one knows anything about these clans. And here, this player character that you're looking at here, the guy who's controlling this player character, is actually one of the devs of Age of Chivalry. He's actually the lead dev. That's not his real face, of course, but just imagine he was looking at you. Oh, and he's dead. Killed himself. Nothing left of him but blood streak on the pier. Anyways, there was also a duel tournament, a duel competition that was part of this tournament. That's also in the finals this weekend. Scheduling's a little bit tougher when you're doing duels, so we'll see how that goes. But Tiberius is also in duel competition. He was in the clan war, but was eliminated. The devs, funnily enough, didn't make it past their first match. Or first couple matches. They lost both their first matches. So it's double elimination, so you have to get defeated twice. And Team Chivalry, the devs, didn't do so well. So, sorry about that. Just chilling out. Should be a couple more minutes for the break here. People are taking a piss, getting a drink, just winding down. Can be pretty tense. I know some clans take this like sort of competition very seriously. They get really tense. Get the adrenaline flowing, and some matches can actually come pretty close. We had Void versus another Russian clan, the I clan. Yes, that's I, EYE. They were facing off on a different map called Battleground, and it came down to, I think, like 12 seconds. Void clan won by 12 seconds. It was really close. We actually had to go to a replay to see. Yes, voiceover guy, or Doug45, I can see you. RK is very good. They had a match against the I clan as well. And it was on Sorrow, where you actually had to run a flag up the mountain, and that was pretty fun to watch. It was a pretty amazing victory. They had a flag runner like jump over a couple of the opposing clan to win the match. It was like an Air Jordan moment or something. Pretty funny.
Yes, my lord.
Oil pots are awesome, especially in duels. Anything goes, man. Oil pots in duels are just like fireballs in Street Fighter. Bust out your Hadouken. Space Jam moment. Oh god, Space Jam. Now I just feel like downloading the Space Jam soundtrack and playing it during this tournament. Yes, for those that aren't aware of Age of Chivalry, we have decapitations, persistent projectiles. See, you got stuck with an arrow there, stuck in his body. And real-time strikes. So when you actually swing a weapon, and if you, it's not a canned animation. Well, it's a canned animation, but wherever you look while you're swinging, you will hit. So you can react real time to player movements. It's not just you're frozen in time while you're swinging. You're swinging and looking around, so you can adjust the trace of your swing in real time. Oh, head explodies. Yes, decapitations and head explodies. So if you score a headshot with your weapon, you can either cut off their head or obliterate their head and then just have it explode and eyeballs and brains flying all over the place. So it can get pretty gory in big matches. There you go, head explodies. And that guy has an arrow at the top of his head. And that's Tiberius. How he can survive that, I don't know. You know, it's a medical marvel. This isn't like Mountain Blade. I mean, the combat system can be compared to Mountain Blade, but Mountain Blade is a little bit more static, where you have to actually move the mouse to control which way you swing. This is first person, so wherever you're looking while you're swinging, you hit. So there's nuances that really make it different. Of course, Mountain Blade is more has that that whole overmap aspect to it. Well, I think it's been past 5 minutes here. What's going on with the break? Yeah, I think, Tiberius is eating a huge party sub or something, because it's been more than 5 minutes, and the break is supposed to be about 5 minutes. In Mountain Blade, you hold a key, but you actually have to move your mouse. You have to make mouse gestures. Zoom in on your exploded corpse. I think I missed the exploded corpse. Alright, so we're switching maps here. We're getting away with the second round of Clan Void versus Medieval Mayhem. So, of course, Void will be attacking this time, and we'll see if they can get done before 1926. And I'm going to remember to turn on in-game sounds, so there we go. Can you play with bots? Bots aren't that great.
Try and zoom in on someone's eyeball or their ear when their head gets exploded.
I'll try. I got this cough. Yeah, bots are alright for practice, and if you're just getting into this mod, it does have a bit of a learning curve, so you are going to want to practice in a server with bots, or just hitting some structures just to see where your swing hits with various weapons, because the weapons will have different ranges. Of course, the archery is a little bit more difficult than usual. It's not just zooming in with the scope. I mean, they have all sorts of weapons. They have battle axes, longbow, crossbow, polearms, halberds, flails. I mean, that's awesome. How many games do you see a flail? Right? This thing. They have maces, shields. So it's a pretty full-featured game, and if you have any Valve game that runs on the Source already, you can download it for free on Steam. It's just one-click install. So here we go, Medieval Mayhem, starting up the defense. They seem to gone with a pretty early push here against the wagon. I wonder if they got distracted. Someone's going for the water supply. Wow, somebody's already at the water supply. And yeah, they got the water supply. Looks like Markomon just got there a little bit too late. So that's going to benefit Void really early here. Might save them those as much as a couple extra minutes. And that might make the difference right there. Because Medieval Mayhem didn't destroy the water supply until about 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes in. So as a result, Medieval Mayhem is going to spawn way farther back. They have to come all the way from the aqueduct, as you'll see here. So that'll make it really easy for Void to push up, destroy this log, and get through the gates a lot quicker than Medieval Mayhem did. What is with the log? The log is there as a part of the objective. Gotta break the log, man. It's in the way. Yeah, Void has gotten a pretty good start here. You can see that Void is sticking really close to the objective, not getting too drawn out, allowing Medieval Mayhem to flank around. Look at that. That was expert blocking there. Able to push that cart an extra few feet and wait for backup just by blocking. He was up against 2 attackers there. Really, so at this point, Void seems to be ahead, I think, by maybe a couple minutes. Now, where Medieval Mayhem can make up that time is this stretch right here. If they put up a solid defense and maybe hold out against Void a little bit longer than they did against them when they were attacking, then they could even up the score here, or the time. MM just slashing away Lacritz again with the TK with the mace this time. And you see this is another tactic that is used a lot. As a heavy knight, they'll just put up their shield and back up into the cart, so they'll be pushing it while blocking any attacks, which works quite effectively. So again, Void going with the longbowman, and MM electing to choose the javelineer. There you go. Javelineer taking out the archer there. He had 4 guys wailing on him, and he was still pushing the cart because he had his shield up. Of course, once you run out of stamina, then you're in trouble. But it allows them to get those inches that they need to get this cart forward. So MM pushing farther out now. Now they've got an archer trying to flank around. That's not going to work. Oh, they got a guardsman through and a heavy knight. We're about 720 right now. 720 the mark. Void is in the red. So Void is attacking. Void's the one pushing the carts. And in the blue is Medieval Mayhem. Alright, so we've got a long walk, the Void guys. Almost at the 8-minute mark now. Are they going to be able to break through? Oh, one guardsman flanks through, and he gets it next to the aqueduct. And so that's that objective completed. As the poison drips into the water, we'll have the spawns reset here, set in a moment. Tiberius, what time is the match tomorrow? I believe it's at 3 p.m. EST. Oh, 1 p.m. EST. There you go. Alright, so spawns are reset. We have Void now attacking the fort and killing the captives. Wow, and did you see that hit there? Lacritz actually got one of the planks hit out from under him, so he fell down. Void's gonna go for the side door first. We're gonna see how they tackle this captive situation. Looks like they're trying to distract, get some hits on the second one. Alright, 9:24. Side wall has been broken. All that's left is the gate. And that's a miss on the gate. We have Void coming together for the second assault. Got off the fire pot. Alright, gate is down. So catapults weren't too effective last match in terms of kills. We'll see if that changes this time around. Looks like they've destroyed the far captive. Good crucial hit there, but iRanger doesn't get to capitalize on it. He got one kill with the catapult right by the captive, but the Heavy Knight wasn't able to get any hits on that captive. Now we'll see where Void's going next. So you can see here that they're regrouping right by the wall. They're waiting for full strength company to go through. Now they all converge at the same time. You notice they'll take different paths, so they're dividing up forces there. They're gonna go for the second captive. Ooh, I don't know. This might. Are they gonna get third? I need one more hit. Oh wow! And a catapult takes everyone out. Oh, and they got both. That was amazing. That was some crazy. 11:21 was the time there. I don't know if that's the official time, but that was crazy. That was some good coordination. They went for both at the same time, and it paid off. And that's, yes, Void wins. They win by a advantage of 8 minutes or so. 11:20. Yes, Catapult Shot won that match. That was crazy. So sometimes the catapults puff, sometimes they don't. It really does come down to team coordination. That catapult did kill one of the Leon Heavy Knights, but luckily they had a guardsman in reserve there, and he came up the flank and finished off that last captive. So yes, it will be Void, not next weekend, but tomorrow. Tomorrow after the match between Royal Knights and Vanquish, we'll have Void and the winner of that match.